Livet har fylt säcken din gott.
I'm worried. I'm fear that safety is at risk.
Safety is not about numbers, trends and statistics. It's about people. It's about colleagues that we are working together to protect from a new accident and protect from a major accident.
At the same time, we know that most changes, most of them actually come with some kind of risk attached. From operators worried about their jobs, the future, to engineers looking for simplified designs and more efficient ways of working, we need to understand how these changes taking place in the industry and the measures that we plan, think about introducing, how they might impact safety, both positively and potentially negatively.
And people spoke about safety. And they said, safety costs too much. We have this ridiculous safety regulation that takes a lot of money. It was the mumbling, it was people were laughing, making jokes about safety. And on the front page of Dagens Næringsliv, Ivar Vigdenes, the mayor of Stjørdal, said, safety costs too much. So the debate then in 2014 was, how can we reduce costs with safety? And the jokes were about safety. That's scary.
It means that reducing costs at the expense of safety is not acceptable. In fact, it is unacceptable.
Because both individual companies and the industry as a whole will suffer if this sector fails to keep an eye on the future and to ensure a safe future. Wrong choices and poor quality could end in a disaster.
Try to dwell into this. What does a crisis do? And what does a different organization do? For instance, I think the uttermost and most important safety measure offshore is that hovedverneombud, I don't know the English word, has the right to close down production. And that is partly what happened on Goliath now. Hovedverneombud says this, we can't go, and you agree to close it down. But there's one thing to have a right, first of all. A second thing is to exercise that right. And to be able to exercise that right, you need what Eldar states, you need leadership that says this is all right.
But of course, there are specific topics that Aslak pointed at that we are working on and that we are struggling with. Working with safety is not an easy task.
From a business perspective, from a personal perspective, you get back to the same conclusion that safety has to be our first priority. And that way of approaching whatever we do is fundamental